Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me and you're new to my channel, I'm Aspie, as I'm known for short right now by many of the ones that has known me as they have been journeying with me. I just want to do a quick brief introduction before I begin what is left to be done, which is at the moment I'm currently doing mental health and awareness versus just doing some everyday situations of Autistic syndrome and the like, of taking you all on a journey, shall we say, that hopefully you get to know me behind these everyday pre-diagnoses that comes with the territory of Autistic syndrome and the like. I also try to pretty much also mentor and advocate for you all for when you have your bad hair days, basically, that hopefully some of these messages of hope will be able to lift you up and inspire you to do more and whatnot in your day, and hopefully that no matter what, that even though if I'm the only person that will take that stand to just, make a stand of saying, enough is enough, or just making a stand in general, just to basically, do the works of doing what they say, and watching how I speak and act in my everyday life. If you're following me, also basically at this point of time, I have been trying to collab or finish up what I need to finish up of these AS and series and the like, so that hopefully it'll be all tidied up as promised, hopefully by the end of 2 weeks. Can't guarantee it though, as you know, because of what's been going down. I've given you guys an update. So for the LBs, I thank you for your patience and support. Also for the ones that has been journeying with me. I know sometimes with some of the things that I go through in life ain't an easy one for many people to understand, but I believe that hopefully with the right support and right people around me, as well as just anyone in general, when they have their down days, that be able to be lifted up again regardless. So, as you know, basically I'm doing these how-to guides, I'm going to call them at this point of time for now, even though I'm hoping to do the ADHD and series and maybe tidy up a little bit of the dyslexia series. I don't know, we'll see how the time progresses on, so I humbly apologise. So this one's going to be broken into 3 parts, most likely for the how to teach an autistic child, especially to give you guys an understanding about how to go about it if you are working with someone that has a special need, especially people that are autistic or anyone in general, so that hopefully that you guys can just get a lowdown on what it's like, when it's teaching them or what have you, because every child that has special needs will have different needs, obviously, which is no-brainer. So look for the guys, basically this one's going to be broken down into 3 parts as mentioned of the methodical order, which will be number 1 is using strategies to help with communication, number 2 using strategies to help with social and behavioural issues, and number 3 is using strategies to help with sensory issues. So let's begin this before I run out of time. As you know, Autism Spectrum Disorder, or ASD, is a complex and multi-layered neurological disorder that manifests differently from person to person that is on that autistic scale. This creates a challenge when determining how to teach certain autistic children, however. Although each child is an individual who responds to teaching methods differently, however. There are a few strategies that are generally applied to help autistic children succeed in educational goals. These strategies build on the characteristics of autism includes of what I'm going to say of the differences between the communication, social skills, behaviour and sensory skills. So part 1 obviously is going to be using strategies to help with communication. So as you know, as I said before, some autistics may be able to communicate and may not be able to read body language. And vice versa, some may not be able to communicate but will be able to read body language and also may sign here and there. But that's okay, it's just meaning we have to, as said, well fit to what is needed at that time. So tip number 1 in this part of it, for the first part of this method, is assume that all children are competent. All autistic children are capable of learning. Many people, as I said so many times before, just because we're not focusing on you in a way of talking to you, making that direct eye contact, absorbing the information, some of us may be able to absorb information all at once, some of us may not. It's depending on, as I say, their intelligence levels versus just their levels of how much they can tolerate. They just need simply to find a strategy for proper information absorption for some children. Learn to accept that autistic children may always have their differences and should not be evaluated on the same basis as their neurotypical classmates, however. Autistic children should be evaluated in relation to their own growth and learning over time though, however. Number 2, avoid long verbal commands or lectures. These can be confusing as autistic children often have trouble processing sequences, particularly spoken ones. If the child can read, write down the instructions, hearsay, or even, as I said before, maybe doing some diagrams with a little bit of, written instructions underneath it will help them to still learn. Also, it's always important to give sometimes certain autistic instructions in smaller steps, so it doesn't overwhelm them or to the point that it will just make them so frustrated that they'll have their meltdown right there in front of you. So it's all about being wise to know what to do. Number 3, use closed captions on a television. This can help both those who can and cannot read. Children who cannot read yet will associate printed words with spoken words. Furthermore, autistic children sometimes have difficulty processing certain spoken words, especially those from TVs, and children who can read may benefit from being able to see the words as well as hear them. Furthermore, if a child has a television show that they like and it's their favourite, record the show with the closed captions, if they're available of course, and incorporate the show as part of their reading lesson for the day. Well, basically this is a quick overview of the using strategies basically to help with the communication process of teaching an autistic child. Give me the like for thumbs up for support. Comment below if I'm missing out on anything that is relevant to using the strategies to help with the communication, problems that us autistic has. Feel free to also, maybe for the ones that are autistic, basically just to write down some comments below, maybe just to give a heads up to know what's going down, of how you feel about certain teaching methods maybe, or even just certain other people out there, be it neurotypicals or whoever. So without further ado guys, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AspieAnswersAll. Feel free to private message me on Facebook, AspieAnswersAll, or even just private message me here on YouTube. Feel free to also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Feel free to also share these videos around to family and friends. So without further ado, do what you love what you do. Until next time, have a great day and I'll see you all again soon.